there, folks. Welcome back. I'm at Jegs again, where you'll find me quite often. It is Monday, and I am here to pick up yet more parts. This is the life of a hot rodder that works in a hot rod shop and has a lot of hot rod projects. Mr. Terry just called me a little bit ago to let me know that my Pontiac parts are in for my 350 TWO Pontiac. So I'm going to pick those up. And then, I don't know if you could tell or not, but the sun is setting, so the day is ending. I am going to get ready to rock and roll tomorrow morning and run up to see Uncle Bob and drop off my pieces parts that I'm picking up from here to get that project running. It is the end of December at this point in time, and Bob is leaving for Florida for like a month of being a pirate. For, I believe, the entire month of January. So I need to get everything I can get to this man as quickly as possible so we can get a bunch of stuff done. Also, while I'm here, I'm picking up my flex plate and I believe some bearings. I'm also picking up a camshaft set for the other 350 Pontiac because, yes, that's correct. We're doing two 350 Pontiac builds at the same time. One is going to be a stock rebuild, and one is going to be a high-performance 350 HO build. If you're interested in those kinds of things, this is probably going to be an interesting channel for you. If you're new here, click on the subscribe button. It says Automotive Adventures with Austin. And I am an idiot, especially when it comes to Pontiac stuff. So I'm going to be building both those cars, those motors at the same time. I'm also probably going to start screwing around with my 455 Pontiac that's in my Le Mans, if we're honest. Also, while I'm here, I need to pick up something else for Rich, which I don't want to talk about yet because I think it's here, but I don't want to say for sure. And that's going to be something else entirely for something else. So anyway, welcome to Jegs, evening edition. Let's go spend some more money and see Uncle Terry. Oh, God, I have expensive friends. Thanks for watching. You help pay the bills. Welcome to Jegs on 11th Avenue. Evening, gentlemen. Terry.
Hey.
I need to spend more money.
You came to the right place.
Forgot there's something else I needed to buy.
What else you need to buy?
I think that's also in stock. So you have flex plate.
Right.
I already have bolts.
Right.
I've got my dampener.
Yep.
Dampener bolt.
Right.
You've got my comp cams, camshaft, and lifters.
Yes, sir.
And then, yeah, the other thing.
The other thing,
You
need to take the flex plate out of it and get you a fly.
Yes.
We can do that.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
With friends like Terry, you'll always be broke. All right. Comp cams, camshaft. I think this is the same one I had in that 350 Pontiac before. The 268 comp cams, camshaft. And Uncle Bob's going to hate me because he does not like flat tappet camshafts, but sorry, Bob, I'm not spending $1,000 on a roller setup for this car. It's going to stay stock, old school. Now, breaking in a flat tappet camshaft is kind of a bit of a nightmare. I'll admit that. We as well have also had problems with this in the past, with lifters going bad on the break-in process, and then you end up with a bunch of metallic sand circulating its way through the oiling system, which sucks, because then you end up taking it all back apart again, putting new bearings in it and all that kind of fun stuff. So, yes, ideally I would be putting a roller in this, but that's not what we're doing. We're keeping this one stock. I am, however, doing a roller in the 350 HO project. There we go. Goddamn apples. So there's our cam specs for those of you who are interested. This is just an off-the-shelf comp cams camshaft. Looks like build date on these was 8/13/24, so these are recent. Back during the plague times was when a lot of people were reporting issues with flat tappet cam break-ins. We ourselves ran into issues at that point in time where you just, whatever the reasoning was, whether it was bad metallurgy, whether it was who knows what, supplier problems, whatever, it sucked. It really sucked. And Bob is very much not a solid or a flat tappet cam kind of guy, because it can be a major waste of your time as a machinist, going through the heat cycling process and going through the break-in of this. It is not one of those things where you just turn the key, fire it up, rock and roll, let it cool down one time, and then start making pulls on it. There's a process that you've got to go through from this. You've also got to make sure that your spring pressures are very correct, or you're going to wipe out cam lobes, lifters, all kinds of stuff. So it is a bit more of a pain in the neck. It does save money on the pieces parts, but you are going to be spending quite a bit more labor being able to do it correctly. We are going to break this in as well as the other ones on his engine dyno, so we can make sure everything is good and make sure we keep our eyeballs on everything, which will definitely help. But it is a bit more work. So this is my brand new Pontiac flex plate from PRW. We run a whole lot of their products. If you watched the PRI coverage on the Lucore channel, we have done a lot of business with these guys over the years. They make really good water pumps, flex plates, balancers, bolts, all kinds of stuff. Actually, I have a flex plate, or I have a crankshaft bolt. That's PRW as well. So I run their water pumps on AMC stuff, on Pontiacs, all kinds of things. Big fan of theirs. Now this is the little hidden project.
Right on the top.
Hey, you don't have to take everything apart. That's fantastic. So out with the one of those and in with the one of those. This is for a...
You want the 153, right? Not the 168.
yeah.
Flywheel.
I think that's what I said.
Okay. I thought that's what you said.
I think that's what I said. This is for a project that's yet to be disclosed in the shop. You guys will see that on the main Lucore channel here in the very near future. I think Rich is actually going to probably work on that this weekend while he's not technically supposed to be working because it's Christmas. But that means you can work on your own stuff. But I'll give you a hint. It comes in a really big box and it says Eagle on it. So.
It goes round.
And it goes round and round and round. Your guess is as good as mine as far as what that's going in. So this I already paid for, yeah?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So I owe you for this. I owe you for this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I owe you for... Rich owes you for that.
Rich owes me for that.
Okay. Merry Christmas to me. Merry Christmas. Oh, and if my life wasn't more expensive than it is, I gotta go see Dion for my transmission.
For the Pontiac?
Uh-huh. Because I want to clear that off the books before the year is ended. Because that's supposed to be up there. By the way, Dion, if you're watching, sir, I do apologize that I've left that sitting on your floor since, I believe, June when you finished it. Because I know you rushed to get that done, so I do truly appreciate that. Sorry I left it there for the last 6 months. I've been a little busy. And it's like an entire day to get up to you. So, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Combine both trips. Go see Bob, drop off parts. Go to see Dion, spend a bunch more money.
Excellent.
Maybe grab some Amish food, turn around, come back home.
Yeah. That's worth a stop right there.
Yeah, maybe that's the idea. That's probably the jam. Hey, Ben, I haven't seen you in like 3 days.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been all right. You're lucky. Today is my last day until Sunday.
My last day until Monday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't have
Lucky
to work
you.
all the rest of the week. Which means I'm going to be working all of the rest of the week.
Yeah, all the rest of the week.
I'm just
your
not
stuff.
technically working.
Your stuff.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this life doesn't usually allow you to kind of disappear and clock out. One of the wonderful things about YouTube, and I do truly appreciate you guys being here, is the fact that you guys get to ride along and be involved in all this process. One of the bad things about the modern world that we're in is you guys get to ride along and be involved in this process. And I have people reach out to me all the time, evening, nights, and weekends, giving me input on what I need to do or wanting to talk to me, and I truly do appreciate that. But it is counterproductive with me trying to clock out and relax, because this world doesn't ever end.
It does not ever end.
No, it does not end.
It does not ever end.
Well, you can see that with Bill. Like his life
Yes, sir.
schedule, like he's posting 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He's posting all the time. Like
Yeah, exactly.
this life is very. Actually, I almost kind of want to make a video about that. Kind of the truth behind the prettiness that you see of the excitement and the fun of social media life. There's a lot of fun of it, but also a lot of not so fun part.
You owe me $447.90, which that's cheap. I don't think I could be that cheap. Rich, on the other hand,
I got a coupon in my car. Just be right back. Let me go get my coupon.
and yours is $447.90.
One of these days, we just need to go to lunch
Yes, we do.
instead of you costing me piles of money every time I see you.
Exactly. I'll even buy you one.
You think? This is those moments. I'm one of those friends that like you really wish you worked on commission.
I just like, there are certain groups of people that I like dealing with.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, I appreciate you always taking care of us.
I do the best that I can with what I got, and sometimes I got it, and sometimes I don't. If I can't get it, I'll tell you somebody that does. Because that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way it used to be.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should always be. I mean, there's no reason, just because you don't have something, I don't know, can't get it.
Yeah.
No.
Well-
shouldn't be that way.
There's a long conversation to be had about where we are now versus where we used to
Yes,
be.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
And that's-
the customer service aspect of any business is not anything like it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close what it used to be. I mean, I don't care what store it is.
Yep.
It's just not that way.
Yep.
It's I mean, when I worked at Kroger's, I mean, it is a totally different world there than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, do you know where? No, I don't work in this department.
Right.
Do you work in this store?
These are my 2 aisles of responsibility.
You have to be all in the store all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, must have a pretty good idea where something is if somebody asks you, you know?
Yeah.
And if you are that way and you don't know, then get somebody that can tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't say, yeah, you're on your own, just going down the road. Nah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I think that's probably one of the things that a lot of people miss the most
It is.
is and I mean it's I could easily call some random person at the call center and order most of everything I want, and or I could order it online from whoever or whatever and not
Yes,
even
sir.
talk to a human, but like that's not how I want to do business.
No.
So a long time ago, and this is kind of personal history side of things, but I used to work at Best Buy long time ago. And like right as the internet shopping thing was first happening, and they would always tell us, "Hey, have them buy it on the website. Hey, have them buy it on the website," because they wanted to bring up the website shopping business. And my portion of that was, why the hell would I want them to buy it on the website? I want them to come in and buy it from me
Exactly.
because I want to have a job. I don't want to end up working in a warehouse with
No.
no windows and just shuffling boxes around.
No.
I want to deal with people. I want to talk to folks. I want to do the business of this stuff. And for me, like I hate that where we've lost so much of that side of our
Yes, sir.
industry.
Yes, sir.
It's just, I don't know.
You're
Maybe I'm getting old.
You're 100% right. I mean, it's I used to talk bad about old people till I was one, and then then it all came. It's like I told my dad. I said, "Boy, I'll tell you what. The older I get, the smarter you were."
Yeah.
And it's just the way it is.
It is.
It's just the way it is.
It's very true. Hopefully they're around long enough to realize that, you know what? I wasn't as dumb as you thought I was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's been an eye-opening couple of months, and I do know that there's definitely some of that, like me getting older kind of side of things.
Sure it is.
That's part of that, but I don't know. I feel like we're maybe we're at an inflection point where we're kind of going back the other direction, where people are getting that way.
Yes, sir.
A lot of tech businesses also have been like bringing that back to the U.S., like the call center stuff and those,
Yes, sir.
the customer support stuff. So,
Well, it's. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind overseas call centers, but at the same time, at least teach the people what they need to know. You just try to sell them something else. They want to bring something back, just try to sell them something else. You know.
right. Or they're just reading off of a cue card.
Exactly. No.
All right. Is there any other money you need to take out of me
No,
before
sir.
Christmas?
No, sir. I'm good. I'm just. I got to do my return on your flex plate and sell your flywheel, and I'm good. I can do that.
Okay.
We'll get you loaded up.
Cool. Yay. We are in.
Yeah, you got a hot rod.
Shop truck. Well, in true Ohio fashion, it's raining again, which is great, and it's also like 38 degrees, so this could become a lovely what we have here in Columbus. We used to call snow, we now call them ice storms, since we don't do snow here anymore. Anyway, welcome to 11th Avenue Jegs. As always, thank you guys very much. If I didn't talk to you personally, get it! If I didn't talk to you personally at Jegs today, I love you guys. Thank you very much for helping us do what we do. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. We're going to continue this story into the morning when I run up to Bob's, and then I believe up to Dion's maybe? I don't know, we'll see. Thanks for being here, appreciate you. I gotta go home, feed the woman, feed the dog, relax for the evening. I'll see you guys in the morning. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is really handy that they have this store right off the interstate. Oh, welcome to rush hour traffic in downtown Columbus. Dang it. All right, folks, well, good morning. Got my envelope full of cash for Mr. Dion Vickers. Got to run up there to Alliance, Ohio to pick up my transmission. Got a lot of running around to do. It is Christmas Eve, so officially, Merry Christmas Eve to all of you. But first, we got to go stop by Uncle Bob's place, and I don't think Uncle Bob is there. I think he's dealing with some stuff with his wife today. Good for you. Not a great day to be working. So we're gonna run to Bob's place, drop a bunch of parts, and then we're gonna gallivant our way all the way up to Alliance, and then we're gonna turn around, come back, maybe stop, have lunch with my mom on the way, or on the way back, one of the two, because she lives kind of sort of in that direction. And yeah, so let's get back on the road again. Got a bunch of driving to do today. Good morning. Hope you are having a good time. This is Automotive Adventures with Austin, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that. It's my own little personal corner of the YouTube internets where I work on my own projects and do road trips and all of my automotive adventures. So if you're enjoying this kind of thing, if you like this kind of thing, click on the subscribe button. It'd be great to have you. Welcome to the family if you are. If you have been before, thanks for coming back. I do truly appreciate you. You're actually helping to pay for make this happen. Just by you watching these videos helps me make revenue to be able to do all this crazy stuff. So anyway, get in the car, head north. Come on, old Volkswagen. More driving to do. Another beautiful gray sky day here in Central Ohio. Welcome to downtown Columbus. Got about an hour drive up to see Mr. Bob McVay. So it's gonna look like this, and then it's gonna look like country, and then we'll be there. All right, kiss the highways goodbye. Small towns and back roads from here to Bobo's. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard Bob. I hope you guys understand, one of the reasons I'm making these videos and showing all this stuff is to really give you guys kind of a real honest, in-depth, this is how it really goes. This is really what goes on trying to do this kind of stuff. I know a lot of people see the fun stuff, and I'm gonna talk about this in another video. But the go fast and the building stuff and the race cars and you know, all that fun stuff, it's all great and wonderful. I do enjoy that, but there's a lot of the in-between stuff that goes into this that makes this stuff possible, that's really hard for you to be able to do and manage if you have like a normal job, or if you work a ton, if you've got a family and responsibilities that keep you from being able to go out and, you know, run all over the place. I'm going to spend 6 hours today, literally 6 hours today, without stops, driving around, dropping off parts, picking up parts, just to get home. And most people can't really do that, so I'm in a fortunate position to be able to do so. I also don't need a lot of sleep, which is also very handy. You can probably see my eyes are a wee bit bloodshot. But yeah, this is reality. And yes, that is me left-hand shifting. I can do that in a right-hand drive car as well. I've been there, done that. Stop for some fuel before I go bingo. For those fat guys among us, just up that way is the little town of Utica. I guess we're probably technically in Utica. You can see the sign right there. Home of Velvet Ice Cream. For those of you who are ice cream eaters, which would definitely be me. Someday, I will make a road trip back up here and go to Velvet Ice Cream. If that's something you guys are interested in, because I am. Well, we've almost made it to Bob's. About 15 more minutes, and we'll be there. Isn't this fun? Nailed it. 11.45 gallons, 320 miles. How did I do? I'll be honest, one of the things I do love most about being a wagon person is the fact that I get fantastic fuel economy. Either this or my Vibe GT, both manual little wagons. Both get 27, 28, 29 miles per gallon, depending on how I'm driving them. And that's fantastic. The amount of storage you get in the back, the amount of utility you get, they're cool, they're fun to drive. It's not like a big lifted truck or SUV that I've got to worry about it tipping over going around a corner. I actually enjoy corners in these vehicles. So that's one of the reasons I love my little wagons. Why it's so hard to sell one. But I probably need to sell one because I don't need 3. I also have a Volvo wagon, by the way. You probably haven't seen that, but I do. Side note, just got off the phone with my mother, and she's actually available for lunch. So I'm going to kind of recalculate my driving directions here a little bit to go see my mother, who's sort of kind of in between McVays and Vickers. So we can go have some late lunch. Merry Christmas. Early Christmas. Christmas Eve lunch. That's what I'm looking for. Christmas Eve lunch. Oh, farmland of Ohio. But that's nice. Get to see my mom before Christmas. So we are at Bob's. Welcome to McVays. Does not look like there is anybody here. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Thought Nick was gonna be here, but maybe he's already taken off for the day. I'm gonna guess he has. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to be creative. Well, poop. I'm gonna stash this stuff somewhere because I got a lot of stuff and I don't want to make this trip twice. So, give me a second. All right, Bob, I'm putting everything in your honey hole. There we go. We got our Oldsmobile products. Crank bolt, flex plate bolts, or flywheel bolts, excuse me. PRW flywheel, and our harmonic balancer. We've got bolts, balancer, crank bolt, camshaft, and flywheel from Pontiac. And then your truck 454 flywheel is right there. There you go. Now, for those of you who may ask, why do you care about stashing stuff at Bob's place? Doesn't he live Isn't his shop in the middle of nowhere? Yes, the answer is yes, it is. However, this is Ohio, and precipitation is a daily thing here, especially in the fall/winter. So I want to make sure this stuff's at least somewhat covered. And Bob's got this handy-dandy little stash box that's out back. So there you go, Bobo. There's the stuff. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you. Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you between now and then. I've got everything here, at least that we think we can get taken care of. I should have the rods on the way coming, so we can get moving on that old 455 build. Sorry we ran into some complications with that, but at least this way you can move forward on the Pontiac project. Yeah, so welcome to McVays. Sorry we couldn't see Bob, but he's got real life stuff to do, which is good for him. You need to spend more time on that, Bob. I'm glad you're going to be going pirating here very shortly. Other than the fact that we don't get to use you for work for a month, but you could definitely use some pirating and some relaxation, so good for you. All right, I got about an hour drive to go see my mom for lunch through basically all farmland, and I'll see you guys here in a bit. All right, back on the road again. On the road again. Get it, Volkswagen, get it. Use all them revs. There are at least some interesting driving roads through here, as my phone goes flying across my dash. This is Amish country, by the way. Whee! However, because this is Amish country, I certainly would not recommend driving too spiritedly, because you never know when an Amish buggy may be over the crest of a hill, which is not something you want to run up on quickly. Tell, they don't do a lot of grading and prepping the road here. They kind of just lay it down on what the natural topography is. I was actually watching a video from Gears and Gasoline, fellow automotive YouTubers, and they actually just did a video road trip. They did 8,000 miles over like 3 weeks maybe. Left Virginia and went all the way out to the West Coast, up north, and then came back. And one of the places that they went was the Triple Nickel in Ohio, which is a very similar road to this, just more southeast of here, near the Zanesville area, down into the southeast. And it's a really similar road where you've got, you know, houses and fields and cows and lots of great turns, elevation changes, camber or off camber turns. Lots of great stuff. But they don't really do a lot of prep work. So they kind of just lay the road over whatever the topography is that's there, which leads to some pretty fun driving. However, you do have to be very cognizant of the fact that you could have things like this coming over the blind crest. So if you're being a little bit of a hooligan and maybe going a little left to center, that could be the last thing you do. Or it could be the last thing somebody else does. So spirited driving is good. Just know your limits. Don't be too spirited. Anyway, I'm gonna get up to lunch. I'm gonna stop talking. I need to make sure that Dion's gonna be available when I get there, because I still got about 2 hours to go. Hopefully Dion's working a semi-full day. Thanks for being here, by the way. Nice to share a road trip with you. Yep. Not a fun hill on the clutch. Oh my Lord. In the wet. Ugh. Well, lunch was excellent, Mom. Glad to see you. Thanks for having lunch with me. Merry Christmas. Welcome to beautiful Canton, Ohio. home of the NFL Football Hall of Fame, which is right yonder.
In half a mile, take exit 107B toward US 62 East.
Right there. So I'm going to get off of this one and go on to US 62 East. This is good. This is actually really good football weather. Nice and cool, but not crazy. We're almost there. I got about another 20 minutes to see.
Take exit 107B.
I'm doing it, lady. Hold on. Till we're at Vickers. I believe Dion has already taken off for the day, which I understand that. But I think his brother is there, which should be able to give me my transmission. I can hand him this envelope full of money, get my transmission, and then turn around and drive back. I also am dangerously close to Summit Racing, in case there's anything I need to buy at Summit while I'm up here. Maybe. We'll deal with that in a minute. Let me get to Dion's place. Let me get to Vickers. Then I'll think if I have any more money in my pocket. Another beautiful Central Ohio day.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Bandy Road.
You got it. Almost there. I can see the turn in from here. If you're wondering, Austin, are you in the middle of nowhere? Yes, I am in the middle of nowhere, but that's where I need to be.
Take the next right onto Bandy Road, then your destination will be on the right.
Ta-da! All right, folks, we made it to Vickers Brothers Transmissions up here in Alliance, Ohio. You guys are technically Alliance, aren't you? Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, but Alliance, Ohio. If you are wondering, Austin, why did you drive 2.5 hours to get your transmission done? The answer is these guys. They do us right. They're good guys. And you support American small businesses when you are an American small business. So you guys have got me a BOP Turbo 350 sitting around here.
It's here. We dusted it off.
It's been sitting here for 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah. I had them get me a transmission because the Turbo 350 that came out of my Pontiac was worthless. We were hoping it was going to be salvageable, but it was not at all. It was also not even the correct transmission for the car. So these guys sourced me a BOP case, made me a new transmission, and it's ready to rock and roll. This is for my 1968 Pontiac 350 HO project. And there she is, dusted off. How about them apples? And this is gonna hold 700 or 800 horsepower?
Easy.
Easy. You heard it from the man himself. There we go.
Anything holds horsepower until it breaks.
And the warranty on this is all the way to the back of the car.
Exactly.
I understand. You may recognize these guys from Street Racing Channel and Old Man's Garage. They've done a lot of work with those guys over the years. And that is how we actually ended up getting connected was if they're good enough to build transmissions for those kind of crazy dudes, they're obviously way better than what I need. So the transmission that's going in our 68 CUDA project, they did. The transmission that's going in my 71 Le Mans, I've already picked up. They did. The one that's going to be going in that went in Carrie's 67 GTO, they did. So that's what happens. You guys, you find good people who do good things for you and who treat you right. You do business with them. And that's why we're up here. So could I have found somebody closer to me to do my transmission work? Yeah, probably. Am I going to? No, because these guys are great guys, and that's why I'm going to come up here. So, how's you guys taking much of any business in at this point in time, or no?
Yeah.
A little bit here and there.
We're about 2 months out.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is when you do really good work, it gets hard to be able to get stuff in. So, if you are in the market and you possibly need something done, just realize it's going to be a while before they can get to you. But these guys are definitely the people to talk to about it. I know they ship transmissions all over the dang place, and they've been kind enough to squeeze me into the production schedule as well. Unfortunately, I stuck them with my transmission for like 6 months because I couldn't get up here. So, sorry. Anyway, let's do some business. We'll get this thing loaded, and I've got a 2.5 hour drive home. Merry Christmas Eve to me. Ain't she a beaut? There we go, guys. My new Vickers Battle Axe transmission, manual valve body, ready to rock and roll. Gonna be good. I am excited. And don't worry about that, we'll talk about that later. And just like that, we are back on the road again. I love turbo stick cars. I really do. It's a great little vehicle. I know most of you guys aren't into the Volkswagen wagon stuff, but come on, it's a turbo stick shift wagon. Anyways, guys, I got about a 2.5 hour drive home, and I actually have 2 stops I need to make along the way. One is going to be meet up with my good friend Mr. Paul, who happened to forget this bag of Christmas presents in his car that he had towed up, so I'm going to meet up with him real quick, swap that out, and then I got one more stop to make before I get home. This is my adventure for today, for, well, 2 days. Over 2 days, we've covered about 400 miles. We've spent a pile of money. We've gotten a bunch of parts done. We've moved some projects forward. None of it particularly super exciting, but this is the reality of what it's like to do this stuff, to hot rod and to work on race cars. And, you know, this kind of thing is, it's time intensive, it's money intensive. The amount of money you make off of YouTube videos, and I love you guys all that have made it this far. Thank you guys all so much for being here. But it's a pittance compared to what this costs to do this kind of stuff. I am several $1,000s into the making of this video, and I'm not going to make that money back. But you do it because you love it, and you do it because it's fun to share the experience with other people, and I'm glad you guys enjoy coming along with me on these adventures. So thank you very much. As I said, this is Automotive Adventures with Austin, and I do very much enjoy sharing my adventures with you, and I really do truly appreciate you coming along for these adventures. I will see you on the next one. I've got 2.5 hours of slightly aggressive driving to do between here and there. I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't see you tomorrow, or if you're watching this later, Merry Christmas. Or I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye-bye.